this messes up the printer. And there, look at that big piece I just found right there, right there. Taking it off, and there's another one right there in the back. Look at that big piece right there. All right, today we're going to bring a digital microscope. Now, everything you see is included in here, including the actual base with the LED lights. All right, there's 2 LED lights if you want to get more into what you're looking at. Now, included with it, a remote control. And the remote control, you can actually record from here, take pictures. If you're looking at live specimens, you can actually take footage from here. You can zoom in, focus, and on all that stuff goes through here. Now, this is another base. This is actually to get closer or change it out with your microscope or not. And here's the actual neck that you're gonna have to focus in place. And then when you set this up, your microscope goes on the top here, and you control the elevation in here. Now, included with it, they give you a USB Type A to Type C, and this works with OBS and other applications. It works more like a webcam. It picks up automatically in your computer. You could visualize through the computer. You could see the actual what you're going to be looking at, including with the microscope. You guys can see there's LED lights in here too. Now, on the buttons itself in here, you got the same functions that you have on the remote, right? You have the OK, the up and down menu. You got the photograph, power on, and memory, which is menu. And then you got actually the DC in, which is 5 volts. This is on the USB Type C to Type A. It's going to go here. The micro SD card, because you could capture in the device. You don't have to transfer it through your computer. And then, of course, you have the controller, which is a DV connection, a digital connection that goes in here. And then your volume and your lighting effects too. So we're going to put this to use and see how well it works. All right, here we have our setup in here, right? And all you got to do is power it on. So you could power it on either through the actual controller, but we're going to turn it on here. Hold on the button. And if you guys can see, the lights come on, but that's because this controller has power for the back of it too, right? And this is a USB micro USB, all right? So it's a splitter here, and it goes to digital connection, and then we have our device in here. Right now we have it at camera, if you guys can see that. So we changed it, if you guys can see that, but we don't have any display or anything like that. That's because it's gray, and then you got to scroll it down like this. So on the side of the panel, if you guys can see, it's going to start focusing in place. We're not going to record yet. We just want to see what we can see first. And then if you can't focus right, you can put the light in here if you want. And then focus in here too. You're going to have to focus in place. So let's focus in here. And there it is, focusing on that. So you could actually see the microscope, how it works. And this, look at this, is incredible. If you go zoom in more, of course, we're going to see the back of the reflection. But let's see this thing here. You guys can see how this is the squares that you guys see and how many millimeters you're going to see through the actual system. We got to format the card. So we're going to go to menu here. All right. Go down the controllers here. Exposure, date type, resolutions. You can change everything. But we're going to go in here. And then we at 1080, that's the maximum you can go on here. Hit OK. Now we're going to exposure. If you want to change it to 0 to minus, it depends on the lighting on here. Hit OK. Now date tag, it's up option. I'm just going to hit off. I don't really like the date tag. You want to go back to menu, and then here you have other options: date and time, automatically shut down, screen protection, language settings, light source, line assist, and format. This is where we want to go, formatting the card. Confirm the card, hold on, and that's it pretty much. So hit OK. Okay, so what we're going to do, I like to put this device that we need to clean here in the back. It's a little hard, so I'm going to have to put something in place so it won't move too much, because it's a little dirty too, and we don't want to damage it. So we're going to bring this a little bit higher. Bring it as high as you can. All right, so let's start capturing here, and we're going to go see what we need to clean. So we're going to focus a little bit more, and see all that dirt. This is from an actual 3D printer, and we're going to have to clean it up. I'm actually going to use another brush to clean this part, but I want to take out the big pieces as you can, because this actually grips on. So It's a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces I need to clean. So I am going to use a brush right now, but I want to make sure that I take the big pieces that I can out. Best thing to do is just look at it from the top. And I'm using some tweezers because that's how I grab some of the stuff, if you guys can see that. So when you're actually working on it, take as much as we can, make sure there's nothing in the back, clean it here. This is completely dirty, so we're gonna have to come back and clean it with something else.